I was just a flood of emotions. The wrong song would come on and I'd get into tears. And without really learning how to address that or being in denial about that, not having acceptance of that, I didn't. I thought that's life. You live really anxious, really unsure of yourself. And by the time I was in about ninth grade, I had a pretty significant drinking problem. And alcohol and marijuana gave me release my inhibitions, and I could find an identity. And in a lot of ways, there were good things to that. In other words, because I was born here, I was very different from my family. Finding my identity, especially my culture where identity, the group mentality versus the individual, it's a very different paradigm. So I found some identity, but it was not a coping skill for life. It was not something to foster sustainability and truly seeking your identity. It just was a temporary apparatus to remove me from my anxiety, but it never really worked and lasted for a significant amount of time. And so I was a hood ornament for what an American-born boy should look like in Filipino culture, but inside I had these real challenges. And the use of substances allowed for permission to be myself, but it also brought something else, which was, I didn't realize at the time, what was a focus of my emotions inwards towards me. I've been privileged with such an incredible ride. In 5 years, my life has changed, and I never dreamed it could be this way. And so, you learn in 12-step rooms that you have to give back, but in a greater way, it's important that we see more instances of recovery and people not, believe me, I've been, tied up by stigma, but deciding not to let the stigma influence who I am, and then putting that out there for people to see. You can be anything you want. Recovery will let you be there. Recovery is possible for everybody. And it is not a discounted way to live life. In a lot of ways, this is the path my life was supposed to go. And I don't think of it as some alternate path, something that I wasn't what I was supposed to be, but this is just a great second. I'm going to do everything in my power, and I'm really proud of my life and where I am now. But I have a lot of work to do to reach those people out there. So that's my new calling in life.